Good evening, Grand Rapids. I'm your anchor, April Ludgate.
And I'm your other anchor. Do I have to say my name? Ron Swanson. And because the government is still furloughed, that means that some Parks Department employees like myself are being pushed into more private sector jobs like reading the news at moonshine bars in Michigan. Excellent. And so we have collected the world, national, and local news you may have missed. Do your job, April.
You're welcome, Grand Rapids. This is
NewsFlash. Our top story tonight, the Food Safety Inspection Service is tragically wasting perfectly good meat by recalling 2.2 million pounds of Golden Island fire-grilled Korean barbecue pork jerky. The recall is due to people being soft.
It says here the meat was potentially contaminated.
That's the same thing, April.
In other food news, over 6 million eggs were recalled due to
People being soft.
salmonella concerns.
That's the same thing, April. Chick-fil-A is testing brand new vending machines that will not work on Sundays so they can go to church and learn how to refuse to make waffle fries for gay people. As a lover of waffles and fried food, I can authoritatively say Chick-fil-A isn't doing anything good enough to justify their bigotry. Not that it would make it okay if they were, so they should consider either just being a good restaurant, a bad church, or neither. Again, my final verdict, the people at Chick-fil-A are soft.
President 46 and a half admitted to getting an MRI at Walter Reed, claiming it was perfect. But that's like saying your brain is just bad enough to warrant a test, but not bad enough that there's good excuse for it. So weird flex, bro.
In political news, you know how much I love political news. There are 5 candidates running for 3 spots in Muskegon Heights City Council, so they have decided to settle who gets a spot with a game of musical chairs. Bad news, the music is all bands from Unity Christian Music Festival.
In celebrity news, Katy Perry and that Canadian guy are dating or whatever. Guess she decided that the best way to move on from Orlando Bloom was to find the only guy more boring and milquetoast than Legolas.
Taylor Swift, who's Taylor Swift?
Just read.
Taylor Swift's fiance and sometimes football player Travis Kelce is part of an investor group aiming to revive Six Flags. What's Six Flags?
It's just read.
And Cedar Fair. In future news, Travis Kelce is currently stuck on Shivering Timbers. Guess he took the lyrics of Wood a little too close to heart. A song that I was very disappointed to learn was not about carpentry.
And in spooky news, a skeleton strip show in Florida yard ignited a debate amongst neighbors. Apparently, too many people got boners.
And now, since it is the week of Halloween, if you haven't figured out a costume yet, maybe this next segment can help bail you out at the last minute. Here is our NewsFlash correspondent, HOJO.
Hello. I was told to come here in costume, but as you can see, I forgot. I was having lunch with friends who are still alive, and I lost track of time. So, if you don't want to be like me and show up to a Halloween thing without a Halloween costume, then I have some suggestions. You could, these are cheap, easy, and, yes. So what you could do, you could take a bunch of garbage and attach a bunch of garbage to yourself, and then you go to the function, and you're doing this, and you're trailing garbage. You're the algorithm. You could, there was this commercial I saw once. It was AI generated. I was watching this like pickup artist show, and it was on a very sketchy website. But this guy, it was a commercial, and he like, it was like POV you, and he'd be like, he got in his car, he's like, get in, Patriot, and he was wearing like hunting gear, and then he aggressively sold assault rifle accessories to me. If you have hunting gear, you can be that guy. You could douse yourself in honey and pour a bunch of honey in your mouth and like just kind of sit in a damp area until bugs and maggots are attracted to you, and you slowly die over time. And you're this ancient torture method that was slanderously attributed to the Persians, but it was actually Greek. And then everyone at the party will be so impressed with your knowledge of history. Let's see, you could be one of those little furry critters that kind of like hang on to things, and they have weird eyes. What are they called? They're like so small and like so creepy. What? No. They're like a trend. They're like a flash in the pan.
Funny.
JD Vance. You could be that. If all else fails, this is kind of illegal. You could, but it's real cheap. You could find a friend or foe and cut off their face, and then go to the grocery store and get some chicken cutlets, and then put the face on your face and staple it, and then take the chicken cutlets and stick it in the cheek area, and then get a baseball hat. You're Christine Ohm. And that's all I have. Happy Halloween!
Might try that last one.
In other entertainment news, Nelly Furtado announced that she will be stepping away from performing live to pursue other creative and personal endeavors. And like, maybe it's just me, but I assume she had died or whatever, like years ago. So good for her, I guess. Maybe she'll use this time to actually live like a bird. Or be a literal man-eater. Or like a bird man-eater. That's actually awesome. Yeah, that would be awesome, honestly.
Fort Wayne Company is bringing their interactive game show business to Grand Rapids starting this Saturday, which allows participants to experience what it's like to be on Family Feud, Wheel of Fortune, and more, including many original games, which are not like any of those. What these Indiana putzes don't understand is that the good people of Grand Rapids are used to having to perform like monkeys just for the mere chance to earn money and prizes in exchange for a little public entertainment or embarrassment. After all, your entire economy was built on sucking up to the DeVos family.
NewsFlash news. Some of you might know about Chicago's rat hole. And no, that's not one of many names held by my husband Andy's band. It's a literal chunk of sidewalk that went viral for having a perfect indentation of what looks like a rat. Well, thanks to science or whatever, biology researchers from as far as Tennessee, New York, and Calgary have determined that it was probably created by a squirrel or muskrat. Yeah, I don't have a joke for this. That's just honestly awesome.
Whatever it was probably delicious. In other NewsFlash news, a bunch of dogs were dressed up in ridiculous and patronizing costumes as part of the annual Halloween event in Lansing, Michigan. While normally it is the opinion of this reporter that dogs are man's best friend, because what kind of friend forces a 13-year-old Pomeranian to dress up in a tank? Well, in this case, the humans seem to not be holding up their end of the bargain, because what kind of friend forces their 13-year-old Pomeranian to dress up in a tank and relive the PTSD of Operation Urgent Furry?
You messed it up. In sports news, a tennis player from Venezuela was suspended for 4 years due to testing positive for methamphetamines back in November of last year. The tennis pro denied taking the drug and argued that its presence on the sample was due to kissing someone who had been on the drug. Just another reason why you shouldn't make out with meth heads.
Yeah, stop making out with Andy. In
So
others,
No, you.
In other sports news, NBA players are facing gambling allegations in light of the recent FBI arrests of Coach Chauncey Billups and others. For their punishment for these flagrant fouls, the opposing team, aka the U.S. government, will receive possession of their homes and one free throw. Basketball joke accomplished. In the words of that singer who's dating the former Prime Minister of Canada, swish, swish, bish.
In other news, a boy swallowed 100 magnets reportedly bought from Temu, which led to a hospital trip. If only we had ordered from Etsy. Said the boy's parents. The doctor said the magnets had begun to kill tissue along his intestines. Wait, would that mean no more bathroom breaks ever? Said Jeff Bezos while hungrily rubbing his hands together.
Are the Etsy magnets organic or something? In tonight's Musk Minute, the board chair of Tesla warned that the company may lose Elon as their CEO if his proposed $1 trillion pay package isn't approved, to which the majority of shareholders who are sick of their cars getting vandalized said, "No, wait, stop, don't go."
Alternative pop singer and mother of multiple Musk spawn, Grimes, unveiled a new large face tattoo, and yet she is still handling her divorce better than her ex-husband. Apparently the tattoo is just a faded ring around her left eye, which is pretty tame by Grimes standards. Shouldn't a Grimes face tattoo be like a QR code that links to a video of an alien making ancient pottery or something?
And in one final piece of spooky news, The Monster Mash by Bobby Pickett, it's a classic, and The Crypt Kickers was awarded the biggest Halloween song of all time by Billboard, which makes sense because it was a graveyard smash after all.
Upon learning that his hit theme song for the movie Ghostbusters wasn't picked, Ray Parker Jr. reportedly said, "This makes me feel bad."
Upon learning his song This Is Halloween wasn't picked, Danny Elfman went and hid in his tall Gothic tower and sulked.
Upon learning their song Don't Fear the Reaper wasn't picked, Blue Oyster Cult said, "I knew we should have used more cowbell."
Upon learning the song Thriller wasn't picked, Michael Jackson spun in his grave. Technically, he spun 6 times and then moonwalked in his grave.
Upon learning the song Psycho Killer wasn't picked, David Byrne rolled up in his big suit and cried.
Upon learning the song Superstition wasn't picked, Stevie Wonder said, "I did not see that coming."
Upon learning the song Time Warp wasn't picked, the entire cast of the Rocky Horror Show called the judges sluts and assholes.
Upon learning the song Bela Lugosi's Dead wasn't picked, Peter Murphy from Bauhaus said, "This sucks."
Upon learning the song Disturbia wasn't picked, Rihanna was reportedly bum-dum bummed.
Upon learning the song I Want Candy wasn't picked, the singer from Bow Wow Wow said, "I want a recount."
Upon learning the song Heads Will Roll wasn't picked, Karen O of the Yeah Yeah Yes said, "Off with their heads."
Upon learning the song Bury a Friend wasn't picked, Billie Eilish said, "Pish, I have 2 Oscars, 9 Grammys, 17 MTV Awards, and 6 Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. I'm good."